From worst to first, the Tampa Bay Rays are going to the World Series, and the fever takes root in Tampa Bay. And count them, three Florida teams in the top 25 of the BCS. All that this week on Game Face with our good friend, the sports addict, Gary Fineout. Let's start with the Tampa Bay Rays, who you said wouldn't make it to the big dance, but aren't you damn skippy happy they are, Gary?
Well, I was wrong, and wow.
What?
Wow.
You were what?
I was wrong.
That's right.
About the Rays. But I have to tell you, what an amazing story this last few games have been. They just looked awesome throughout this series, and I'm going to put the Phillies on warning now. You are probably going to lose, and probably maybe in as little as 4 or 5 games.
How about, though, they did tease the fans. They're up 3-1. They take the first 2 in Boston, then lose 1 just for credibility to bring it on home, and then put the fans on the edge of their seat by losing Game 6 to set up the incredible 7.
What I like about this team, Ron, is the fact that a lot of other teams would have melted in the wake of that comeback by the Red Sox. And they brushed it aside. They have a great young team that doesn't seem to care about the pressure. They're playing like little leaguers, and they look like they're having a lot of fun. And that's why I think the Phillies aren't going to know what hit them when they come up against. How
about the scene at the end of the game with the pylon on the field near the pitcher mound? I think you're exactly right. They have the enthusiasm of little leaguers. They play like a cohesive team. There are no stars saying it's all about me.
Right.
It's refreshing.
And the point is that there's not going to be any pressure on them. I mean, the pressure is now all on Philadelphia. They're going to be viewed as, you're the favorite. Okay, for the Rays, theoretically, they've got nothing to lose. That's why they're going to win.
Let's go with this. The Marlins, first time they're in the playoffs, go to the series. Second time they're in, go to the series, win both times. I predict the same thing for the Rays. Let's move on to college football briefly. 3 Florida teams in the top 25 in the first BCS rankings.
Yeah, 3 teams, but come on. I just can't see how Florida is down where they are at number 10. I mean, to me, right now, Florida is probably, if not the best, the second best team in the SEC. So I don't even know how Georgia's ahead of them, and I don't believe the Big 12 deserves to have so many teams.
A lot of games left, and Florida will move up. We expect Florida will make it into the big title game. In Miami, it'll turn out, playing in their home state.
Well, I think they certainly have a path there. They obviously got to beat Georgia. They obviously got to beat Alabama if they face them in the championship game. But right now, I think that being the way they played recently, they look like they are a great team.
Time for this week's penalty flag. We're going to the pro ranks for this, to the Seattle Seahawks coach, Mike Holmgren, who calls a flag to question a play when they almost kill a Tampa Bay Buccaneer in a bad hit.
It was a pretty gutless move and pretty desperate to get that fumble. I mean, granted, it was at the 5-yard line, but the point is that we just see the guy wheeled off the field. We don't know how seriously hurt he is, and Holmgren's out there, okay, it's a fumble. And you know what the really great thing about it, Ron, is? It didn't matter. The Seahawks suck, and they were going to lose anyway.
Okay, so perhaps the biggest night in Tampa sports history, World Series Game 7 victory. The Bucs roll on among the top teams in the NFL. Go to flsportsfan.com for your chance to win 2 tickets on the 50-yard line of the BCS championship game. Where do you get them, Gary?
www.flsportsfan.com. Hey, you Gator fans, better sign up now. We want those free tickets.
All right. Thank you, Gary Fineout, our sports addict. We'll see you next time on Game Face. Hope all your teams win.